Well, holy mackerel, mister, have we got a great session for you here at Flex Awaken. Full body, so we're getting strong and flexible from head to toe. You're gonna see me using a selection of dumbbells here today. Simply do your best with whatever you have access to. Naturally, it's gonna be beneficial to have something a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier to suit the exercises that are in front of us, but do your best. You're also going to see me use a yoga block. Now this is to elevate my heels during the VMO squat or Cyclist Squat. That's going to allow me to sit down nice and deep. You could use anything, a book, any kind of wedge. If you don't have access to anything at all, you can simply do a regular squat, no problem. I'm going to quit the waffle there and we're going to get warmed up for our great session ahead. Yes, I hope you're feeling spicy, ready to rock. Kicking off our warm up, we're going to be looking at the Kang Squat. So my feet are in my favorite squat stance here, toes pointed out a little bit. I'm going to go hands on the back of the head, soft knee, and we're just going to explore your hinge pattern, so driving the bum back like we're deadlifting. And when you get to the end of that range, sit down as deep as you can in your squat with a big tall chest. This is hard. Drive back halfway, so I'm looking at the floor, stand tall, rinse, repeat. Big hinge, feel that hamstring stretch. Then sit down, drive the knees out for that bottom squat. Oh yeah. Well, I hope you are fine today, wherever I find you in the world. Good friend. Oh! And the fact you've pressed play is pretty awesome. I can't overstate that enough. So often, it's hard to start. All that inertia. But once you're into that first 5 minutes, we're away. We're away and we're feeling good for moving. Oh, yes. Okay. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a squat rock. So we're gonna come down into our bottom squat, but you're gonna see me here, fall back onto my hands, okay? Will make sense in a moment. So I'm also going to get a bit of a shoulder stretch here, always good in that extended position. I'm going to drive my knees forward, let my feet come up, absolutely, get that big stretch on the quads, and rock back. All right, so this might look similar to any sort of tabletop, reverse tabletop, or crab bridge you might have done with me before, except this is focused on the knees and the quads, driving the knee forward, just as much as feels appropriate for you, certainly no pain. Halfway there. Getting that big, deep stretch through the quad. Also a bit in the shoulders there as you go a little deeper. 10 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna come to my toes now. We're gonna do an elephant walk. It's really nice for opening up the hamstrings, the lower back. Take this steady. I'm gonna be alternating bending my knees. Keep your feet flat on the ground. If you wanna put your hands on something that can be easier, I'm just gonna try my fingertips on the floor. Soften the knees, and then lock one of them out. You should feel a big stretch on the back of that. If not, go deeper. Alternate back to both bent and hit the other side. So we're just taking a couple second pause with that lockout. And again, the lower you go towards the floor with your hands, harder that'll be. That's why it can be nice to elevate your hands if you're feeling particularly tight there. I've got a reasonable amount of range because I practice this a lot. Halfway there. I bet you'll find across the set, you might be able to go a bit deeper. Ten seconds. I heard man when I chat and chit. I come through like what's good, these weeks get split. Man better breeze and sprint. It's long enough for choose to bite down in his bricks. Rest. Oh yes. Next up we're doing a windmill. Now I'm going to use a light dumbbell for this. If you've never done windmills, you can simply do it without weight, just to practice the movement. So, feet are apart, shoulder width. I'm going to send my toes to the left, but I got the weight in the right hand. Have my left hand on the inside of that left knee. And I'm going to keep my eyes overhead toward that dumbbell. Driving my bum back and rotating my torso this way. There's a lot going on. Only going as low as I feel I can, that is appropriate. All right, so I'm hinging at the hips, but also rotating in the upper back to be able to open the arms, support the dumbbell overhead. This is awesome for strength, mobility. It does take some practice though. You can bend the knees more than I'm doing here for future reference. Okay. And we'll do the other side. Hope you're still good. Glad you came. Glad you came. I'm glad I came. Glad we pressed play. Oh, yeah. This feels good, I must admit, after a reasonable amount of time sat at the desk. Drive the bum back. Open round.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oakley dokley. We're gonna need that yoga block or wedge if you have it. Otherwise you can just do a regular goblet squat. Like I said, this is to elevate my heels so that I can sit down into this deep squat. VMO squat, also known as a cyclist squat. All right, so we can really target the front of the legs there. So I'm gonna grab one dumbbell. Now these windows are a little different. Every 2 minutes, we are working. That gives us plenty of room to work as much as we want or rest. We're doing 1 1/4 reps here, sorry. So up a little bit, back down to the full stretch drive tool. I waited to the last minute to tell you that, otherwise you wouldn't do it. These are unpleasant. Up a little bit, down to the full stretch drive tool. 8 to 10 is kind of what I want to achieve here. This is going to be a long set anyway because of that rep cycle being so long with that extra quarter. That deep stretch has the most potential for growth stimulus. So adding an extra quarter there can be a really powerful addition. Nice way to add some extra challenge if you're training from home. I'm gonna do one more here. Oh yeah. Good, so that got hot by the end already. Wow. Depending on how well you know thyself, you can choose that load accordingly. You might want to stick with that one and go a little bit heavier or lighter on the next one. Right, we've got 40 seconds till that next window starts. I'm actually just going to use it to do some toe touches or block touches here if you need the elevation. All right, just to loosen up the back end of the body some more. If you want to take more rest, you can. That's fine. That's why these every 2 minute windows can be a really nice flexible way of training. Right, I'm going to come back into that next one. Not a lot of rest here for the leggies. That extra quarter, man, that's the stings. Ooh, toasty. Again, just do as many reps as you need to for this to be challenging. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cool my set there. Got one to go, one to go.
Halfway there.
Ooh, again, you can be resting more, working more. If you're new to these kind of formats, it can be a bit strange with what to do at first. That's okay. Welcome. Welcome. Nice big spinal roll and flexion, big stretch on the back of the body. Okay.
10
One to go.
seconds.
One to go. You can rest a bit longer if you need.
Last
All right,
round.
let's take care of business. Oh, one more for me. Oh, yeah.
Halfway there.
Whoa. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute to go until we start the next pairing. All right, this is quite a lot. There's quite a lot going on. I'm going to spend this time explaining to you what that is. Just the first one. By popular demand, is the Fisherman Squat. Now, this is a single leg squat designed to create as much forward flexion in that front working leg as we can. Naturally, in a gym setting, I'd elevate you to make this a bit more accessible. On a block, you could use the yoga block for this if that makes sense for you. But basically, I'm going to step back, out to the side a little bit, and then let myself drop into this position. You might not have to do this quite as much.
10 seconds.
I've just got very big, deep ankle range here to get me to the bottom. I then drive up off that front leg. I'm going to do body weight here. I'd encourage you to do the same, and then we can add weights to it after if we want. So feet are together, step back and out to the side, drop that knee to the floor, might get a bit of a stretch there, little hold, drive tool. So it's kind of like a reverse lunge, drop lunge, but with the focus being doing whatever you have to do with this back leg to get this front one to bend as much as possible. See, we're really cooking up the quads here after those cyclist squats. Oh. Even that, right? Even with body weight, that controlled drop into the pause, that's toasty.
Rest.
Oh. So we're gonna do the same on the other side, and then we'll come to the floor for some straddle lifts. Oh. Again, take your time, slow things down, pause in your best bottom position. If this is new, it's gonna feel super strange. So, stepping back. See, I stepped back a little far that time, it was a bit awkward. Not as far on the next one. I'm dropping to the side there. Again, if I was stood on something, like a plate or a higher block, I could have it a bit more behind me. But that's okay, that's the great thing about learning how to move and control your body. You can manipulate different positions. Oh yeah.
10 seconds.
Simple. Okay, straddle lifts. This looks simple. Holy moly, are these tough. So, yes, core compression strength. Hip flexor strength. It's hard. But stop saying that, it's not useful. Right, so I'm gonna get my feet into as wide a pancake as I can, straddle. I'm elevating my hands a little bit here to make this more accessible. And what we're gonna do, squeeze the legs, try and lift them up a couple of seconds, control back down. If that's too much, you could do one at a time, or lean back, having your arms behind you, all right? So let's try this. If that is too much, try going hands behind you, okay? Like that, or doing one at a time. Up to you. We're not just going with really easy, simple, you know,
Halfway there.
Instagram-y moves. I want to teach you some cool shit to get you better. But this is hard, for sure.
10 seconds.
Try to control as best you can.
Rest.
Oh yeah. Coolio. We're just going to do that one more time now. Fisherman squat, grab some weights if you want to. I think I will get the 12.5s. Whew. I'm looking forward to a snack, I'm not going to lie. Definitely fancy a snack after this. Okay, sorry. Focus. Whew. So if you got weights in your hand like me, it's going to be a little awkward because we're just going to keep those close. Still hit that bottom pause, drive tool. I'm having to bend my arms a little bit so the dumbbells don't touch the floor. Again, do what you gotta do. We are getting inventive here.
Halfway there.
Someone did challenge me on this the other day and say, is that how fishermen
10
squat?
seconds.
I didn't have a great answer, you know? And I still don't. But maybe they do. Whew.
Rest.
Oh man. Pumped leggies, man. Pumped leggies. Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah. Okay. Last one. Let's make it happen.
Round 5.
Slow and smooth. Hit the pause. Drive tool. Ah, yes.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh yeah, that's enough for me.
Rest.
Oh yeah. For the record, having the hands on blocks makes it a little easier. You can of course have them on the floor. And I'm trying not to lean back too much, trying to keep tall. And go with that. I'll try no block. Oh yes, big breaths. Okay.
Last round.
Squeeze. Oh yeah. Sorry for the facial expressions. Don't look at me. Focus on your own work. Yep. Some of the hardest reps, these. Oh my word. Ooh. Squeeze.
10 seconds.
Big squeeze. Come on. Yep.
Rest.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a minute off. Feeling generous. We're going to be coming into some elbowing row, nice wide row position, and some push press. So relatively straightforward. But still got 40 seconds. Let's have some water. Do the things.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Siri listening to me there? Goodness me.
Rest.
Did not ask for Siri's input. Right, for the elbowing row, I'm going to take this nice split stance, drive the hip back, keep the chest tall. Now I'm going to secure my hand here. If that's not an option for you, you can just wedge it on the knee or on a piece of furniture. if you have that in your vicinity. Rather than the usual row where the elbow stays tight, I'm taking this out a little wider, okay? So go on the light side. Go on the light side to start with.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna reach the dumbbell towards the floor, drive it out wide. It's definitely a more awkward row, but great for hitting that rear delt, mid upper back. Make sure you're controlling it. Notice I'm squeezing into the top, but I'm not rushing out. I'm trying to control it down.
10 seconds. Rest.
Oh yeah, definitely a little different. Don't worry if you're new to the elbowing row. Just that slight angle switch makes it feel very, very different. We're gonna hit the other side and then do our push press. Oh, Billy. Ah, yes. All right, into the spots.
Round 2.
Let's get it.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Oh yeah. So next up we will be doing this push press standing, okay? Dumbbells in this front rack position, palms facing towards each other. A little dip of the knee, explode up. So you're getting some help from the legs. So in essence, you can lift a little heavier with a push press, but we get 2 sets here, so start with something you feel very confident in. We can go heavier on the second one. So feet, shoulders apart, dumbbells in position, dip, punch, control to the shoulder. Dip, punch, control to the shoulder, very nice. Dip, punch. Just dipping my knees slightly to the side so I can stay tall in the chest. Very good, not driving them forward too much. Out, punch.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay, mon frères. Amasseurs, forgive me. We're going to come in here, one more round of that. If you want to go heavier, or indeed lighter, with the elbowing row, now's the time to do that. I'm actually going to keep it there. I'm going to keep it there. I've had a week off here, so I'm just taking it steady, reconnecting with the body, not wanting to push things too much. Just feel good for moving. All right. So I'm gonna get the most out of every rep I can. Whilst the load is relatively comfortable, I can really make that tougher. Squeeze into the top, control down. Notice I'm driving that opposing hand down and creating a bit of rotation in the upper back. That is a bit of nuance, but the elbowing row allows us to do that. Challenge a bit of T-spine rotation.
Seconds.
Okay.
Rest.
Okay. How are we doing? Battery still working? Yep. Whoo! Okay. Love it. Love it.
10 seconds. Rest.
Okay. Same goes for that push press coming up next. If you finish that set and you're like, oh, whatever, man. Whatever, Jas. Grab something a little heavier. Otherwise, no twist, let's stick. Still got that AMRAP to come at the end, where we're gonna hit some obliques and some biceps, triceps. Very exciting times. Whoo! Into the push press.
Last round.
Slow the descent down. Slow the descent.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Tremendous, we get a minute off. Okay friends, last bit of work. We're gonna do side plank hip tap for 10 reps. If you can't do 10, cool, do as many as you can do. If 10 feels like a joke, you could go 12, 15, but I'm keeping that number specific so we have time to do the other ones. Focus on hip drive to the top, to the sky as much as you can, get the most out of every rep. We're then gonna do
Rest.
tall kneeling hammer curls. All right, palms facing in, nice and neutral. 10 to 15. Not going too slowly. Squeeze, control for a couple of seconds. Just getting a nice rhythm. Same goes for the skull crushers on the floor for the triceps. All right, side planks first. Controversial.
10 seconds.
If you need to split your feet for balance purposes, you can. Otherwise, get them on top of each other. Elbow under the shoulder. Let's try 10.
Let's go.
Drive, squeeze, tap, drive, tap, drive. Ten's good. Rolling round to the other side. Maximum hip shift to the top. Right, light to moderate dumbbell here for the hammer. You can position yourself however you please. I'm just doing this for easiness. Squeeze to the top, control down. Make sure you're fully straightening the arm at the bottom into that full stretch position. I'm gonna go 12 reps. Nice. Now Skullcrusher, we're lying on our backs. Knees bent is cool. Now dumbbells are gonna be right over the top. Same position, palms are facing in. I'm gonna flex at the elbow. Control the dumbbells towards the floor. Kiss the head on the floor is usually pretty good. And then drive and squeeze to the top. You can play with different positions here. I'm trying to maximize the bend in the elbow there. That's how much as the stretching the tricep. Go with what feels good for you. No elbow pain. Just a nice stretch and a squeeze of that move. I'm also going to try 12 here. Okay, how are we doing? 3:30. That's enough time to get one more quality set. but not any more than that. So I'm going to push my reps maybe a little bit. I'm going to try a couple of extra reps on each set. So 12 here. 3,
Halfway there.
12, cool. Ooh. Oh. 12, also cool. See how I feel with these hammer curls? But let's make this set sing. Let's make it a tough last couple of reps. Full stretch every time at the bottom. It's getting hot. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15's good. Same approach here. This will be our last working set. Hiya! Still keep those reps nice and slow. That's where the money's made, on that controlled lowering phase. Full stretch. Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, it's getting spicy. Oh my word, that'll do. Oh wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah. Great, how are we doing? 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
There it is. If you're still going, keep going. I believe in you, you're amazing, you made it this far. That's awesome.
Rest.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna come into some stretchy time now, friends. First one's gonna be a lat tri stretch or butcher's block. All kind of interchangeable. I'm gonna stick my bum in the air. Put my elbows on the floor. Hands in a prayer, all on your upper back. And then drop down towards the floor, trying to stretch the underside of that upper arm and the lats. So create a bit of force pushing down, drop towards the floor. Again, you can elevate your elbows on a sofa or a chair. That can be a nice way of intensifying this. I've just got the floor here.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oh, lovely, surprisingly tough. Saddle pose now. Ankles, knees, quads.
Round 2.
If you want to intensify, you can open the feet and let the bum drop down between the feet. Ooh, that intensifies it a little bit. Play with what feels good for you. I'm not going to recline on this one. You can lean back on your hands and whatnot. Do as you please. I'm just going to be here on this one.
Halfway there.
Who knew breathing could give you such a high? Breath work is all the rage right now, but I understand. Just getting in touch with that cadence again can have such a great relaxation effect,
10 seconds.
amongst other things.
Rest.
Last position, we're going to go on each side into this 90-90 position, so nice right angle at each leg. I'm going to turn my chest over the front leg and just keeping an arch in the back as best I can. Drop down. You can play with where you want to go, but generally getting the chest towards the leg there should get a nice stretch in the hip glutes. Oh man. Well, my friends, the time has come. Let the music play on. Anyway,
Halfway there.
I hope you enjoyed this session. If you liked it, there's plenty more like it here on this channel. Usually 2 or 3 uploads a week. Last week was none, but you know, we're all
10
human.
seconds.
But no, seriousness. If you're new around here, introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know who you are, where you're from. I want to know about it.
Rest.
Cool. Last set, last side. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, all that. Oh yeah. As a close friend of the channel said last week, we are the underdogs here. And we will be crowned one day. But until then, we'll remain the heroes in the shadows doing the Lord's work. Showing up each day.
Halfway there.
Oh yeah. Let the music take
10
control.
seconds.
They're going to party, fiesta, sonera. I don't know the words. Oh, nearly there.
Rest.
You rock. You came, you saw, you conquered. I appreciate you for it. Can't wait to see you in the next workout, my friend.